night Africa. Welcome to chat night. Chat night Africa. Welcome to chat night. We bring you good vibe. We shine on the light. Welcome to chat night. We bring you good vibe. We shine on the light. We all over the world. Chat night Africa. We all over the world. Chat night Africa. Welcome to chat night. We bring you good vibe. We shine on the light. Welcome to chat night. We bring you good vibe. We shine on the light. We all over the world. Chat night Africa. We all over the world. Chat night Africa. Welcome to chat night, the only place that we give you good vibes. Chat night Africa.
Chat night Africa. Let's gang up, change mindset, and empower Africans. Are you ready? Africa to the world.
And now, live from the headquarters of Chat Night Africa, Divine Chemical.
Welcome to this edition. Of Voices of Africa. We're glad to have you around. We have a beautiful package for you, and we'll have our guests connecting live from the economic capital of Cameroon, Douala. She could have decided to sit around and complain about leaving school and having no work. And by employment here, I mean work with government. Some young ladies in her shoes would run around streets in towns and cities prostituting. Instead, Lorian Sonkwa looked around, identified a problem facing the population, and devised a solution. Now, that comes across to me as a sound understanding of what it takes to create wealth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, watch this video and I will be right back. My name is Divine Nchamukom. Stay tuned.
Welcome to another test of our ecological stove or solar cooker. Here we can see that the solar cooker takes its energy from the solar panel and it permits it to blow very well. As you can see, the charcoal has become so red in less than 5 to 10 minutes, something which is very important. So I urge everybody to try and enjoy what God and nature has given us. That's the sun and charcoal and everything that goes with it. As for me, I'm eating a pop-off made on the solar cooker.
Vraiment, ça c'est un foyer formidable. Regardez mes beignets. En quelques 5 minutes seulement, voilà comment c'est doré. Voyez, ça c'est formidable. Essayez vous-même aussi. Vous allez voir que ce que je suis en train de dire n'est pas faux. Ça, c'est formidable. C'est un foyer qui dépasse même le gaz. Vraiment. À partir de l'énergie solaire que Dieu a créée, à partir de charbon, de bois que Dieu a créé, toutes nos nourritures seront que bio, bio et bio.
Chop night Africa, chop night Africa, chop night Africa, chop night Africa, chop night Africa.
Okay. Once again, welcome to this week's edition of Voices of Africa. My name is Divine Chekong. I am broadcasting. I'm anchoring this broadcast from Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. We are live on our website, www.chatnightafrica.net. We are also live on our YouTube channel, Chat Night Africa, and live at the same time on our Facebook broadcast page.
We love Chat Night Africa. Keep watching Chat Night Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, join me now in welcoming our guest connecting live from the economic capital of Cameroon, Douala, Lorian Sonkwa. Thank you so much. Hello, Lorian. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Lorian is the CEO and co-project founder of an engineering company. You watched that short video introducing what she does. Our questions will be centered around that. My questions from the studio she'll take, but also I'm going to open the studio phone line so that you can ask her your questions from any part of the world. First of all, Lorian Sonkwa, introduce yourself to the public. Who is Lorian Sonkwa?
All right, greetings once more, and thanks very much for this opportunity. My name is Lorian Sonkwa, and I'm a native of the western region of Cameroon, but I grew up in the northwest region. Actually, Lorian Sonkwa is that young, passionate Cameroonian who is really interested with the problems of her country and really wishes to save her nation from all these traumatizing problems that we are facing today. Like Mr. Chamakon earlier said, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Start Engineering Project, which is an engineering company that deals in solar energy and electrification. Thank
you, Lorian. Tell me a little bit, what led you to conceiving this solar ecological or solar cooker? Before you get to that question, you own a company. How many people work for you?
Okay, I can't really say people work for me because we work together. So actually, we are 6 of us in our company. Myself, four other technicians, and a communication, that's the community manager. So we are 6 of us actually for now.
You see, I chose my words very carefully. When I ask you the question, how many people work for you, I wanted to see if you have that African mindset of, I am the boss and the other people are my subordinates. And you so intelligently answer that question. Now, so what led to you conceiving an ecological cooker? By the way, why do you call it an ecological cooker?
Well, as the name indicates, an ecological cooker is that friendly user cooker. It's a gadget like any other one, but we choose the name ecological cooker because it has a lot of traits with the nature. Why do I choose to make that cooker? What inspired me? Actually, there are 3 main problems that really caught my attention. Firstly, we are going to talk about global warming. Nowadays, we know and everybody is aware that global warming is an alarming situation that our nation, in fact, our planet is facing, and we need to save the planet as soon as possible by bringing in methods that will help us to anticipate what the climate will bring to us, what Mother Nature will feed us tomorrow. So we are faced with deforestation as well. The cutting down of trees to produce charcoal, to do other things. It is actually stopping our nature to produce what we need to live, that's oxygen. But now the ecological stuff is there to pave way for us to have much more care for our nature and for our planet. Yeah, that's it. And another problem that we face is respiratory problems. Most of our parents and grandparents are having these issues because they use our local three-stone fire site, which isn't that convenient for their health because there is smoke, they keep on blowing, and all those things. It gives them a lot of respiratory problems. So those are the things that caught my attention.
Honestly, I have to tell you this. You pleasantly surprised me because, I mean, not many people care about global warming. You talk about global warming to some people. They think it's an alien thing. It's something that concerns other people, not them. And here is a young woman. How old are you?
I'm 22, prior to 23 by
Are you
July.
serious? You're 23 years?
Yeah.
How do you get so conscious about the issues of global warming at 23 years? I mean, again, this is unusual.
Well, I surround myself with people who are concerned with that. There is a say that goes thus: when you work with five intelligent people, there's a high probability that you'll become the sixth. So I got to surround myself with those who are really interested in the matters of changing the world. So that's where I got inspired. And
You know what? You know the line I get from you now? You say
no,
when you surround yourself with intelligent people, you're going to be smart. Because birds of the same feathers flock together.
exactly.
And scripture says, show me your friends and I'll say who you are.
Exactly.
This is extraordinary. Now, you're not only solving the problem of global warming, that's you are being a leader where you are. Because when you talk about leadership, a lot of times Africans think that leadership, when you say leaders are people who are heads of state, government ministers, general managers of state corporations. But here you are at 23 years, being a leader where you are, a leader in fighting global warming, a leader in resolving respiratory problems. And this is mind blowing. This is mind blowing. Lorian, what education led you to doing what you are doing?
Basically, during my university days, I studied agriculture and veterinary science for 3 years. But I thought it wasn't enough. It wasn't just enough, given the fact that I couldn't obtain obtain my goals. I wasn't that comfortable with what I was doing. Though it's also very important, I cannot live without doing agriculture. I thought of in adding something to my competence or learning something new and innovating. So I decided to go in for a 1 year training in a company that deals in solar energy. So after the 1 year training, I was brought to work with them. So we are working together. That's how I am where I am today.
Again, something, you see, my job here, and there's a reason I brought you. It just wasn't so that you talk about your ecological cooker. It was so that we can draw lessons from what you are doing, from your reasoning, from your mindset, because all this has to do with the mindset change. The young people, especially across Africa, who graduate from school, and the excuses, oh, they don't have work. And by work, they mean they're not working with the public service. How did it occur to you? Before I even get to the next question, I get something from what you just said. You did agriculture, but you needed to do something and then you had to retool yourself. That I find very, very significant. But then how do you graduate from school and it isn't occurring to you to get into the public service, to write public service examinations in Cameroon? They call concours. And here you are trying to retool. Thank you, Beatrice Moma. Beatrice Moma says you are awesome, that you're just inspiring a lot of people. Mr. Mumbali, who is my director of transmission, says is perfect. I want to also thank Mr. Roger, who is producing this program live from Lagos, thousands of miles from where I am. So how does it occur to you, Lorian, that you graduate from school and what comes to your mind is not it's not looking for a government job or taking a public service examination? How did you get to this decision?
To be sincere, it's not like I did not try. Family pressure, friends, peer pressure, all those things. It pushed me to write the integration concours. That was in 2019. I did the integration concours, which didn't work. After that, I went for 2 years working as a laborer in one farm, and it wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy. What really inspired me to stop all those concours was when I asked myself, how will I be spending like 50,000 francs and more to write one concours when I can take that money and start a business, or maybe innovate something that would not only help me but other people? That's where I really started to think and rethink over all those things.
Wow. Here's what Beatrice okay, Catherine Anna says, this is mind-blowing. Beatrice Moma says, very stupendous mindset at her age and gender. I told you, you see the way you are inspiring people. Your story, your life is in itself a story. Here's what you say. You say it's not like you did not try to take a public service examination, you tried and failed. And sometimes it takes failure for someone to realize themselves or him or herself. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Einstein failed so many times. You have great people in the world who have failed. Because here's the thing, there's a proverb in my village that the person who drowns is not the person who falls in water, is the person who falls and remains inside water. That's the person who drowns. Now, here is a young lady from the West Province of Cameroon trying to be disruptive. Do you realize that you're being disruptive?
Thank you.
Right. And that's that. You see, when you're introducing what people are not used to, and they say, old habits die hard. How do you convince that woman who is used to cooking her fufu on 3 stones as support and say, no, you know what? There's something better. Did it occur to you that breaking old habits could be could be a Herculean task, my friend?
Yeah. I thought about all those things. But I would say that our ecological stuff has a lot more of advantages than the 3-stone fireside. Maybe my grandmother, for once, I cannot go and just present it to my grandmom without showing her how it works and what advantages it has over her 3-stone fireside, given her age and all the other constraints that goes with it. Talking about the advantages of our ecological cooker, one, it takes lesser time to kindle. That's many of us know how it takes long for maybe the 3-stone fireside or the usual charcoal cooker takes to light up. But our ecological cooker takes a very short period just to light because of the system we have put there. And also it has a very economical aspect when I talk of economical aspect, for example, those those using ecological, no, the normal charcoal pot, they'll find themselves maybe for 1 meal using charcoal, for example, for 1,000 francs. That's just an example. But with this ecological fireplace, you will find yourself using 50% of your charcoal. That's it. And you will not be, it doesn't darken the pot. The ecological charcoal doesn't darken the pot. Cooking is faster and easier. So that's it. That's just it.
We love Chat Night Africa. Keep watching Chat Night Africa.
Thank you, Lorian. As you see, I mean, I'm having a lot of text messages. By the way, if anybody wants to ask Lorian a question, if you're out of the United States, you're overseas in Europe, in Africa, you can call and she'll take your question. You can call through WhatsApp. I know Stephen Four, my big brother in journalism, Steve Four is watching you in the United Kingdom. So if anybody wants to, or if you're in the United States and want to ask this genius, because that's who you are, a question, you simply dial the number 240-603-7367, 240-603-7367. If you are outside of the United States, you can simply call through WhatsApp and your call will be relayed and everybody on the planet will be hearing your question or your contribution.
We love Chat Night Africa. Keep watching Chat Night Africa.
And I want to thank my producer out there in Lagos, Nigeria, who is making sure this show is online live now and making sure that the quality is right. Thank you also, Mr. Mumba Lingwa, who is my director of transmission, monitoring this broadcast from the beautiful city of Chicago. Now, the other question, when you come up with something like this, it involves changing. How did you get your communication out there to get people to embrace it, to say, hey, you know what, this is something we should break from or break with our old habits and embrace what you're doing? Did you have a communication strategy? How did you get this to the public?
For now, we are just communicating through social medias. We have our Facebook page, Start Engineering Project. We also post it on our WhatsApp status and try to reach some certain figures. Communication team. We have our communication team also, to be precise. It has been a great help for us, and I think from there we are going to move forward in the nearest future. We are thinking about having stands in some few markets here in the economical capital.
Right.
And from there we are going to see how it goes.
Now, walk me a little bit through this. I want to have an ecological cooker. I mean, I embrace it. I love it. I want to start. Tell me, how do you get from setting it up, because you said it's user-friendly, how do you get from setting it up to enjoy some nice beignet, puff, or rice and beans? Walk me through the process.
Okay. Firstly, our ecological cooker is made of aluminium. So we recycle wasted aluminium and all the rest. That's where we get the ecological stuff itself. Now we use ecological charcoal, which is made up of kitchen waste. And how does it work? Now, for it to get to the stage of eating, maybe is it beignet or beignet and all the rest, you just have to put your charcoal. Is it ecological charcoal or the normal charcoal we use here? And you light it up. Immediately we light it up, there is a switch that will permit the fan to turn. The switch is connected to a battery, and the battery is connected to a solar panel. The solar panel collects sun rays and transform it into photovoltaic energy, sends it to the battery, and the battery sends it back to the fan. So once you light your charcoal, you just on the switch and the fan starts turning. That will help the charcoal to kindle very, very fast. Trust me, I mean it when I say it. It's not just to market or to a marketing strategy, but seriously, it takes very fast. You don't need 5 minutes for your charcoal to turn red, and it takes long for one turn to get burned completely. Also, we have a bulb and a charging system on our battery box. So you can use it, maybe you want to cook in the night and all those things. Many people will ask me, it uses solar panel. What if you want to cook in the night or days where there is no sun?
I wanted to ask you that question.
Yeah, the battery is there for that. The battery stores enough energy that will permit you to cook your meals even when it is raining 7 days. You will have enough energy to prepare your meals and do it easily. If there is no light, there is a bulb for you. If you cannot charge your phone, there is a charging port where you can charge your phone and you're good to go. So that's it.
When you talked about social media, and to be honest with you, I saw your video in the social media group, in the WhatsApp group, and it caught my attention. Here's why it caught my attention. Not because it's called Ecological or Solar Cooker, but you realize that in Cameroon, in Cameroonian towns and villages, electricity supply is a problem. It's a problem. And not only in Cameroon, my producer is in Lagos, Nigeria. It's about the same problem. So it's a problem around Africa. So I have no doubt that this is going to succeed. This is a project that is just bound to succeed because of the problems of electricity supply across Africa. Name any African country is the same problem. And so you realize that you don't need electricity to cook. Now tell me a little bit, do you only use the solar power supply to cook, or you can light up your home, or you can do other things?
You can light up your home because our solar panel, given the fact that it's connected to a battery, you can actually use the bulb which comes with it to lighten up your home when you don't have electricity. So it has multi-functions. You don't have to always connect it to your cooker before you use the light or before you use the charging system.
My goodness. If you, Ms. Sonkwa, if you had to speak to Cameroonian youths or African youths, people who went to school, for some reason they graduated and didn't have a job, and by job here, where was a government job? You see, we've been raised to think that if you didn't have a government job, you can't do anything. You're incapacitated. You're stupid. No. What message do you have for those youths who graduated from university or from high school or dropped out of school and have no job? Do you have a message for them?
All right. To my fellow youths out there who graduated already, who don't have job, and who are still hoping to have jobs. Well, I always say hope gives life, but at a certain point, it's not just hope that matters. You have to get up and make things work for you and for yourself. Waiting for the government is good, but creating your own business is better. Trust me, it is not easy at all. It is not easy, but you just have to get that mindset. It starts here in the head. You have to work on your mindset. Be an entrepreneur in your mind, even before putting it on paper. And also, I will ask my fellow youth that please is I'm just begging, when you have the opportunity, try and increase and add to your competence. Learn something new. Always try to learn something new. Actually, I would just say, I'll put it like a farmer. I am a farmer, but it didn't stop me to do what I'm doing today because I wanted to learn more. Always be eager to learn more. It's not what you learn in school, certainly at 60% is not what you will do in your life. It's not what will help you tomorrow. So try and learn more competence, especially my Cameroonian friends. Let me call it like that. My Cameroonian friends.
You are watching Voices of Africa on the platform Chat Night Africa. My name is Divine Chamukong.
We love Chat Night Africa. Keep watching Chat Night Africa.
And Miss Sonkwa Lorian Sonkwa will be right on the platform back in just a couple of seconds. It's now time for our fun questions. Stay tuned.
Attention.
Chat Night Africa. We are taking Africa to the whole wide world. Chat Night Africa. We are taking Africa to the whole wide world. Africa's number one. Africa, we are.
And question number one, if you could go back in time and give your parents advice before you were born, what advice would you give them? Let me repeat the question. If you could go back in time and give your parents advice before you were born, what advice will you give them?
Stories of Africa, yeah. We tell it from our turf. We strive to build a new Africa, sensitizing positivity. Children of Africa, let's be the change we want.
Question number two, if you could start a secret society, what would be its goal and who would you include? Let me repeat the question. If you could start a secret society, what would be its goal, its goals, and who would you include?
No more fighting, no more hating. Let us build Africa. Chat Night Africa. We are taking Africa to the whole wide world. Chat Night Africa. We are taking Africa to the whole wide world. Africa's number one. Africa, we.
And the last question before we bring Miss Lorian Sonkwa again on the stage. What would you do if you were suddenly given world-class hacking knowledge and ability? What would you do if you were suddenly given world-class hacking knowledge and ability?
Africa, yeah, we're striving for better. We know that together we're stronger, no matter the odds, we will get better. This is the place to promote. We carry content of our Lord.
And you are watching Voices of Africa at Chat Night Africa.
We love Chat Night Africa. Keep watching Chat Night Africa.
As you keep watching Chat Night Africa, Voices of Africa on the platform Chat Night Africa, if you have a question, if you're outside of the United States, you can call via WhatsApp, and you know the number. And if you are in the United States, you simply pick up your phone, and dial the number 240-603-7367. 240-603-7367. Ladies and gentlemen, join me one more time in welcoming Miss Lorian Sonkwa to the platform. Lorian, I hear back home in Cameroon that starting a business isn't the easiest thing you can do. Tell me, how did you get to where you are?
Well, I'm not yet at the top.
I didn't say you are.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Seriously, thank God I have a mentor. Yeah, I have a mentor who actually holds my hand and take me through the process. Trust me, you will go through all those processes even without knowing. I went through all those things, rejections, refusals, failure, all those things, but it's just a matter of perseverance, determination, and love for what you are.
Consistency,
Yeah.
passion. When you say you went through rejection, what through? I mean, put more meat on it. What do you mean by rejection? Who was rejecting what?
Uh, Given my gender and my
People just didn't think that a young woman like you, they thought you were crazy.
yeah,
Well, it,
yeah,
it takes crazy people to change the world. But go ahead.
yeah. Given the fact that I'm a woman, my parents didn't accept it at all. Even to leave home to go maybe for my various trainings and all the rest, it wasn't easy at all. It wasn't that easy. So I had to be stubborn. I had to be stubborn to achieve my goals. So, and talk less of friends. I have a lot of friends who abandoned me because I started this journey. But because
they
I
thought
started,
you were, they thought you were listen, and this is the thing, what I really admire in you is, in spite of opinions through your friends saying, girl, are you crazy? There are some quick ways to get money, make money. Just run around and meet men and prostitute, sleep with them, get money. You said no. Your parents say, you know what, daughter, this is not something for women, maybe.
yeah, get married, get married.
Get
Look for
married. Yeah,
it.
yeah, that is get married.
Yeah,
They say get married, and you
yeah.
say that not so fast. And this is you. And one of the things you say that kind of impresses me is when I ask you to talk to address the youth, you said you have to think you have to think as an entrepreneur before you even get it. Why is that important?
Uh, it's very important because you cannot act. Our mindset controls each and every aspect of our life. You cannot be willing to do something when you are not thinking of doing that thing. Actually, what I'm trying to say is that if you want to achieve, if you want to like catch fish, you have to learn how to be a fisherman or a fisherwoman, something like that. You cannot want to to uh, uh, to fish, yet you are thinking like a hunter. It will never work. You cannot want to be business oriented, yet you are thinking about getting a job. Trust me, it will not work that way. That's why I say you have to think first of all like an entrepreneur. It will really pave way for you to see things that you have never seen before, to understand things that you have never been able to understand before. So it's the mindset that I really want each and every one of us to have.
I hear you, and I hear you through scripture. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is
So
he.
yeah.
You are amazing, honestly. And this is not meant to flatter you. I don't know how to flatter people, especially if it's done dishonestly. Here is a young woman who is thinking business, who is thinking what it takes to succeed in business. You begin by creating a team. Now, let's talk about your team. Adita, you work with people who are perhaps older than you, correct? You work with people who are older than you.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you get to what are some of the skills it takes to get people, men older than you're a young woman, and to collaborate? What does it take for that collaboration? What does it take for you to work as a team? What does it take?
It takes creativity. You know, when there's creativity on the table, age steps aside. When you bring in ideas, it really shed your age and your background. All those things doesn't matter. And
unbelievable. Most times people, they start a business, but to navigate themselves through the challenges of running a business becomes a real problem. What are some of the problems it takes to succeed in doing what you are doing?
The problem I face is lack of, should I say, capital? Yeah, lack of capital and lack of influence on the market. Like you earlier mentioned before, it's difficult to convince maybe a grandmother who was used to her Tiristo fireside to get to adopt this new method, not knowing it's beneficial for her. Like I said, lack of capital. We need funds to upgrade our product. Actually, our product is not yet at its best stage, to be sincere. It's not yet at its best stage, but we are trying to get funds so as to bring out the version that will be mind blowing. So those are the problems that we are facing. But with time, I believe all those things will be very perfect and will bounce back.
You have the mindset of a lion.
Thank you.
Let me tell you something. When I was in School of Journalism, one of my lecturers, Mr. Luke Nangana of blessed memory, told me, my son, you do very well, but never you get to a stage when you think you cannot learn anymore. Because learning is a continuous maturing of the mind. You could have, at your age, said, you know what? We've done what Napoleon left undone. You know, we used to say that when we were at school. We've done what Napoleon left undone. But still, you are thinking innovatively. You say, well, this is good, but not good enough. How do you want it to be better than what you are doing now? What do you want to include or take out? What is it that you want it better? What do you want to do to take it to the next level?
Well,
I told you that my questioning will be very hard.
Yeah.
That's what we do at Chat Night Africa.
No problem, I will answer. Actually, we want to improve in the quality of our materials, our working materials, and all the rest. We want to facilitate human labor or reduce it at the lowest level so that we can produce as much ecological cooker as possible per day so as to meet our demands. So those are the things we are.
And tell me a little bit about the demand. Are people like, wow, we're waiting for this?
Yeah, the demands are so high. Actually, at times.
Are you serious?
At times I don't sleep. Like each and every minute, I saw this, I saw that. I really need it. How does it work? People are curious. They are really curious, and they wish to know. So the demand is high.
You see, again, when I watched your video on a WhatsApp group, I said to myself, you wouldn't believe what efforts I did to hunt you down, to get you. I called everybody I could think of to make sure that we could bring you here because your story is very inspiring. It's very inspiring. It's very instructive. It builds hope in the minds of the hopelessness I see out there. I see when people write to me, somebody wrote to me from an African country I will not name, and I get letters all the time from different African countries. And each time the letter is about, oh, Mr. Nchamukom, send me some money. You know what I did? You asked, send me some money. I sent a video of Lorian to you. You said, somebody writes to me, send me money. I send a video of Lorian. Because this is the hidden reason behind my wanting to bring you on this show. It just wasn't so that you can come talk about your ecological cooker. Because it's time that Africans, we begin to think like the Chinese do. We have to be makers of things. When I find people with PhD gathered in front of a ministry protesting that they don't have a government job, it's very shocking to me. It's embarrassing to Africa. If Chinese children saw that, they're like, what's up, guys? how many ecological cookers do you produce within what space of time? What amount of time?
One ecological cooker in 4 days.
Okay. And how much do you sell it for? I mean, I should get some and maybe get it to my family members.
Okay, for now we are at 50,000 francs for one ecological cooker.
Okay. Now, does it come with the battery, or you have to buy the battery separate and the panel?
It comes with everything.
That's everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, one thing I'll suggest for you to consider is a warranty. That is, for example, if you bought that and bought maybe a warranty for 2,500 or maybe 5,000 francs, if something got bad, your technicians can come back and fix it. Are you considering that?
Yeah, we have a 6 months to 1 year guarantee, but we are planning on extending it as time goes by.
Where did you get all these ideas from? You are 22, getting into 23 years old, girl. I mean, you think like the American or the Chinese girl, entrepreneurial in your mindset. Your mindset is just something, I've not found this with many people.
Thank you.
Honestly. Now, so where are you located for now? Where are you located? If somebody wanted to contact you, because you're talking about you need funds for help and so on, so you can make this a bigger project. Where are you located? And I'd like to put out your number, please, your phone number.
All right. Actually, we are located at the Douala, Cameroon, in the littoral region, precisely at Cité de Palmier. Yeah.
No, I know where Cité de Palmier is.
Yeah.
Now, are you looking at taking this project, this solar ecological cooker, to other African countries? Because I think that other African countries really, really need this.
Yeah. My objective is to take the ecological cooker to the world, not just to our African continent, but to the whole world, because it might seem as they don't need it, but actually they do. We all need it.
I tell you what, they need it. Yeah, I know for a fact that in Nigeria, they need it. My producer, by the way, you can watch this broadcast on our internet website, www.chatnightafrica.net. Thank you, Mr. Roger. Mr. Z. Roger. Z. Roger is our man producing this broadcast live from Nigeria. He's a blessing to Chat Night Africa, Mr. Z. Roger Fall. He's the guy, my chief of technology at Chat Night Africa.
Chat Night Africa. Keep watching Chat Night Africa.
One of the problems that beset a lot of entrepreneurs or business people in Africa is they hate feedback. They hate feedback. Are you open to receiving feedback, even listening to the things you don't want to hear?
Feedback is like my resting place. Actually,
I get that. I'm learning. Would you please say that again?
Feedback is my resting place. When I get feedbacks, I learn and I correct what is supposed to be corrected. Actually, we are not giving out our product. There is something, we don't sell out products for people to go and suffer or to go and face difficulties with it. We are giving them, it's like the first few ecological cooker that we sent out, it was for a test. We used it for a period of 1 month and 2 weeks, something like that. And we went back to them for feedback. That is, it permits us to correct some few things, and trust me, each and every person faces different problems with the cooker. That's where we are able to get what we need to upgrade the cooker. Seriously, I love feedback, be it positive or negative. I even love negative feedback. I love negative feedback because it permits me to do a better job and to please
You're incredible. You know why I say you're incredible? Because you see people take selfies of themselves, and what we post online tends to be what we like people to see about ourselves.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to, and I mean to tell you, see, very few people want to hold up the mirror and say, "Hey, look, what am I not doing right?" That's the same thing. You see, we take a lot of feedback. You can simply go on our internet and on the internet website, and you see, contact us. Write what you think about us. You're critical. That's fine. We learn from critics. And this is what you do, which I find very significant. If anybody, I'm having my phone here, if anybody wants to ask this brilliant woman live now from Douala a question, if you are in the United States, you simply dial 240-603-7367, 240-603-7367, and you will be asking Lorian Sonkwa a question. If you're overseas in Africa or Europe, you simply pick up your phone and call me via WhatsApp, and you will be live on Voices of Africa.
We love Voices of Africa. Keep watching.
And because you are there, we come here to make sure that you are not disappointed. The other thing I wanted, it looks like somebody's on the line. Let me find out. No, nobody's on the line. Now, you are the CEO and co-founder. And if you're just joining the show, when I ask you the question, how do you relate? How do you, are you the boss? You said, no. We're a team. We function as a team. I thought that was very, very unique. I really thought so. Because that is not in the African spirit. You have a company, and everybody has to come kneeling before you, crawling before you. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. You say anything, say yes, ma. But you're not that kind of person. You see, you are team. You are all team players. That I find very, very significant. Very significant.
Okay.
Now, what other projects do you guys do? Apart from, is that all you do? The solar, the solar. Oh, you said no. What else? Get the information off your sleeve, girl.
Okay, like I mentioned before,
amazing.
Thank you. We are a company that deals in solar energy. So we do in solar energy electrification, irrigation setup that takes its power from solar energy. We deal in water supply that we use pump that connects with the solar energy. So everything is solar energy. Even as you look at me, there is solar energy written on my forehead. So we deal in solar energy in everything.
When you say electric pump, walk me through the process. You make what to accomplish what?
Okay, let me explain. Okay, we might go to maybe a locality and we find out maybe there is a well or not. If there is none, we bring in a team that helps in digging a well. And after that, we just that the pump is a bit far. I could have shown you the pump that immerse it in the well and connect it to solar panel. From there now it turns and functions and pumps water back to the surface. You don't have to be pulling with the bucket, stressing yourself up and down. And we connect the water that is input out to the surface into a tank. And from there you can use it to do various things.
Lorian, as far as I know, this is how wealthy people came about. You're about to be a very wealthy woman.
Thank you.
And here's the thing, here's the secret. You are able to identify a problem and devise a solution. It's as simple as that. When you look around your environment and see the problems that people are facing, and you can come up with a solution, you create wealth. That's the formula. That's what I see you doing.
Thank you.
I'm going to bring that video again. And before I bring you up, begin to think of your last word. I'm going to bring up the video and play it again just in case some people joining us now, and prepare for your last word on the show. You are watching Voices of Africa. This is what Lorian Sonkwa did that grabbed my attention. And I was so impressed. And believe me, she is one incredible woman. So I'm going to bring up that video again. Watch this. This is the invention of Lorian Sonkwa. Watch. If you liked what you just watched, please hit the subscribe button.
Welcome to another test of our ecological stove or solar cooker. Here we can see that the solar cooker takes its energy from the solar panel and it permits it to blow very well. As you can see, the charcoal has become so red in less than 5 to 10 minutes, something which is very important. So I urge everybody to try and enjoy what God and nature has given us. That's the sun and charcoal and everything that goes with it. As for me, I'm eating a pop-off made on the solar cooker.
Vraiment, ça c'est un foyer formidable. Regardez mes beignets. En quelques 5 minutes seulement, voilà comment c'est doré. Voyez, ça c'est formidable. Essayez vous-même aussi. Vous allez voir que ce que je suis en train de dire n'est pas faux. Ça c'est formidable. C'est un foyer qui dépasse même le gaz. Vraiment. À partir de l'énergie solaire que Dieu a créée, à partir de charbon de bois que Dieu a créé, toutes nos nourritures seront que bio.
Okay, this is Voices of Africa at Chat Night. We are broadcasting this show from Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. Somebody is on the line. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, you are on Voices of Africa at Chat Night Africa. Everybody is hearing you. What would you want to say who you are, please?
That's a problem.
Everybody's listening to you. Hello? All right. Okay. All right. This is, I don't know why she called and then she doesn't want to ask a question. Lorian, before we go, and if anybody wants to ask a question, the number is 240-603-7367, 240-603-7367. I can take maybe 1 or 2 calls before we close the show this week. This is Lorian Sonkwa, connecting live from Douala. Now, you have last word, and while you're making your last statement, concluding remarks, I'll be watching the phone in case somebody wants to dial and ask you a question. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I really want to use this opportunity to thank you, Mr. Divine Chamo, for I am so grateful. I'm really grateful for this opportunity that you've given to us, the young people of Cameroon, to present, to speak out. There are a lot of people out there who don't do it, and I'm really grateful. Also, I implore each and everyone listening to me out there not to stay quiet. Yeah, your words of encouragement really appease my heart, and thank you. Thank you very much. That's all I can say.
You have been just amazing. I have to tell you this. And oh my goodness, it's unbelievable. I'm so glad, I'm so grateful to you. And before you leave the stage, I'm asking everyone watching this broadcast, wherever you are on the planet, if you know somebody who is selfless in helping the community, somebody who is making things. I'm not talking about people running around looking for government jobs. Okay, now, I knew you were going to move the heart of somebody. Watch this comment. This could only have come from this woman, Beatrice Moma. Do you see the question she's asking?
Yeah.
All right, I want you to read her question.
Okay, from Madam Beatrice Moma. How can we support your business?
All right. Now you have you listen. You know, when you come on Voices of Africa, our goal here, I mean, if we have the whole world following us, that's fine. But we want committed, we want to, if we only can change the mindset of 10 people, we would have done what this platform was built to do. This is Exhibit A. Somebody's already asking you, how can we support your business? Can you speak to Lady Beatrice Moma right now?
Okay, thanks for the question. Actually, we're in short of funds, so with some little push, a little push up from our supporters will help us a lot to bring out the next version that we are working on.
All right. Now, don't worry, Ladies Beatrice Moma. I have Florian's contact. And if you want to support this woman, see, listen, I'd be happy to write a check and send to you from the United States. Because I know that you are going to multiply it. You put that money and it will help you employ other people. When people write to me, send me money. It just doesn't. If they're not telling me they want to create jobs, they want to create wealth, they want to get into ventures like this, it's like you speaking Chinese to me. In other words, chuang, 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 chuang. I don't get what you say. You have touched the hearts of so many people today. I have to tell you that. And that's why my Beatrice Moma is already asking you, what can we do to support your business? I tell you what, she's somebody who keeps her word. When she says A, she means just it. If she would not mean it, she will not say it. Thank you so much for coming to inspire our generation. You're only 23 years old. You own a company. You employ people. You are changing lives. You are fighting global warming. You are creating things that solve health problems like respiratory problems. On and on and on. We could go on and on and on and on. Your family members said, hey, why don't you look for a young man and get married to? You said no. Your friends were laughing at you. Say you can laugh and tomorrow you come ask me to lend you money. Yeah. You're in the process of being a millionaire. That's for sure. If you stay consistent, you stay passionate in what you're doing, I'm very sure next time you come here, you'll be coming as a millionaire.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. We'll talk offline once I get off the platform. This has been Voices of Africa. Here are some fun questions before I leave you. Beatrice Moma, all of you watching, listen to this. If somebody offered you $10,000 every time they punched you in the face, how many times would you want to be hit? If someone offered you $10,000 every time they punched you in the face, how many times would you want to be hit? Now, question number 2. If everyone was mentally incapable of lying, how would that change the world? If everyone was mentally incapable of lying, how would that change the world?
Attention!
Chat Night Africa. We are taking Africa to the whole wide world. Chat Night Africa.
And on Sunday, I think it will be the 8th of April, I will be having a psychiatrist here, Dr. Colette Ngante. We'll be talking about how you handle yourself in times of grief. You people must have realized or noticed that for the last 2 months or so, this show was off the air. That's because I lost my dearest mother. Na Emilia Nasang, may your soul rest in perfect peace where you are resting. I lost her, and it was so hard on me. But I thought that I could use my grieving to help other people. Because as we speak now, somebody's losing their mom, their dad, their wife, their husband, their child or children. People are dying. As we sit here and talk, as I sit here on this platform, somebody went to the medical doctor today and was told and was diagnosed with cancer, brain cancer, pancreatic cancer, lung cancer, prostate cancer. These are, for the most part, terminal diseases. In other words, the last stages of your life. And so if you found yourself, if you went to the doctor and you were told that you have pancreatic cancer or brain cancer or blood cancer or neuromyelitis or multiple sclerosis, HIV and AIDS, what would you do? And so when I lost my mother, I thought that it was best for me, or it's better for me, to use my grief to help many people who are going down my path, the path of getting one day and not seeing your loving mother alive, or your dad, or your wife, your husband, your child. Nothing hurts like it. And so Dr. Colette Ngante will be on next Sunday. Well, Sunday the 8th, if I'm not mistaken, it'll be Sunday the 8th of April, the first Sunday in the month of April. Then Sunday the 8th of April, I have to correct that, Sunday the 8th of April, to speak on this. She's a psychiatrist, because if you're not careful, this thing could bring you serious mental illness. Thank goodness, because of the people I surround myself with, including you watching out there, I did not find myself in that abyss. So, I'll be using the death of my mother 6 weeks ago to see how it can be a teachable moment for all other people. Thank you for watching. My name is Divine Chiamukong. I've been anchoring this broadcast from Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. I could not go without saying mighty thank you to all the friends, all the fans online, thousands and thousands of people who wrote to me, who sent checks to me, who texted me. I mean, your messages cascaded, and I so appreciate your show of compassion. It was very, very hard. May God bless you. May God replenish you. Thank you. That has been Chat Night Africa. That has been Voices of Africa on Chat Night Africa. We've lined up exceedingly exciting broadcast for you. Now, before I go, take note. On the 22nd of April, we will have a political program on this platform. If you're not from Cameroon, let me just throw some hints. Since 2016, a lot of people in the Anglophone region of Cameroon rose up in arms against the central government, saying enough is enough, they've got to go. So there's an armed rebellion in the English-speaking regions of Cameroon now. The main players will be here, or some major players in the conflict will be on the platform. I will not call their names. I want you to discover that on the 22nd, it'll be a Friday, on the 22nd of April, it will be a very, very volcanic broadcast. Thank you again. That has been Chat Night Africa, live from Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. Thank you for watching.
I'm coming to get down. I'm coming to dance, We're gonna dance, we're gonna get down, we're gonna party hardy. We're gonna boogie woogie, and when we jam, it's out of sight. This song right here, it's dynamite. I'm ready.